Oh, it's another beautiful day here in the Gulf Coast, Mobile, Alabama, the Panini Senior Bowl. The draft starts here inside Hancock Whitney Stadium, campus of South Alabama. American team practice about to get started. Garrett Nussmeier, quarterback, LSU, will be someone we focus on over the next 2 hours. Same with Talon Green. Raw ability put on display yesterday in front of the assembled NFL scouts and coaches. Malachi Fields, one of the star receivers. Boy, did he have a day yesterday. Some of the players we focused on will do it again today. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Caleb Banks, who stood behind us yesterday during this portion of the program. Lewis Riddick put it perfectly. How did Florida with guys like that lose? Well, that's a whole other show for a whole other day. As you look at the impact of the Senior Bowl of selections in the NFL draft, 110 picks in 24, 106 a year ago, 7 first-round picks. This is an opportunity for some of these players to rise up the draft boards. We were talking about before we came on. This is neither here nor there. Lewis Riddick, Mike Tannenbaum, Field Yates, and Matt Berry. We were talking about because Josh Allen spoke to the media today. He's got a new head coach, Joe Brady. We're sitting here like Josh Allen was in this game back in 2018. Yeah. And so some of the NFL's biggest stars get their start here at the Senior Bowl for a chance and an opportunity to impress these coaches, work their way up the draft boards. And gentlemen, let's start there for a minute with this group in particular. Guys that you're going to be watching this afternoon practice.
Yeah, look, I'll start. Look, Maxi Honachor, offensive tackle from Arizona State. Yesterday, you saw a couple reps with this young man where you said, this guy has typewriter-type feet at 6'5", 325, 34.5-inch arms. So you go back and you watch a little bit more tape. You watch them a little bit during the season. And then, Matt, you called Kenny Dillingham today, and he said, look, this is a guy who really is just so green still in his development. But I'm telling you, yesterday in pass pro, he absolutely shut some people down, and he was taking no junk from anybody. This guy has starting ability written all over him. Day one type starting ability. And I think today I want to see him kind of continue what he showed yesterday. Because you see right there, the nasty part of his game?
Yeah.
That's really the final piece of his game, if he will take that attitude down in and down out.
I love that. When it called Kenny today and just talked with Kenny about it because we wanted to learn more about him. He didn't play high school football. He played high school basketball, went to a JUCO. Dillingham and the Arizona State staff found him. Kenny told us, he's like, look, the biggest question, does he have that dog in him?
Yep.
And he's not going to be that guy. Kenny put it perfectly. He's not going to be the guy that just outwardly goes and dogs you. But if you come at him, he's coming right back. And we saw it yesterday.
You saw it yesterday.
Yeah, it's always a good sign when you bat 1,000 in terms of making opposing defensive linemen mad during one-on-one drills. Usually you get mad when you lose the rep, not when you win the rep.
But by the way, we were showing.
Is this Mayor Mike up to it again?
That was Coach Harbaugh with a little bit of a flyby. Field made a great point.
Wait, don't just gloss over the Harbaugh thing. Get into the Harbaugh stuff. Take us into your relationship real quick.
So Coach Harbaugh, back in 2000.
This is Jim Harbaugh, to be clear. By the way.
That's right. We interviewed him 2009 to be a head coach in New York Jets, and Jim is a lot of things, but he's ultra competitive. And as we're going through the interview, he makes the self-determination, not me or Woody Johnson at that point, that he wasn't ready to be an NFL head coach. And he stopped the interview, goes back to Stanford, spends a year working on his craft, and then becomes the head coach of the 49ers.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done with this interview. I don't want to do this.
So he decided he was done.
He said he felt like he wasn't ready. As we got, these interviews go on multiple hours, and as we were getting more and more under the hood, he just felt like he needed to work on his craft a little bit more.
Is that one of the great regrets? You didn't say, no, we believe you're ready, be our head coach?
Once Jim Harbaugh makes up his mind about anything, what he's having for dinner,
they're signing right now.
Are you kidding?
How great is this? He's signing autographs.
That is incredible.
Yeah, and fast forward, a decade later, my daughter, who's now a senior at the University of Michigan, was privileged enough to be on his staff, worked in recruiting at the University of Michigan.
Hey, let's talk about. I love how TV shows best laid plans, and you get into this whole other tangent.
Yeah.
So Jim Harbaugh comes in. Now here's a look at this. We're on TV. We're under video. Harbaugh comes over and says, Harbaugh's like, hey, remember when I left you at the altar? Remember when I told you to stick it during the interview?
I could be wrong, by the way. Maybe anybody here has laid eyes on another head coach, but Jim Harbaugh is the lone head coach that I have seen with my own 2 eyes here at the Senior Bowl this week.
Yeah,
They do a good job of sometimes hiding up in the stands.
Yeah,
as well.
and I will say this, and Lewis has made this point for years, but the other guy that really bears mentioning is Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
And Mike Tomlin would be in drills,
he was-
he would be in drills.
He was totally invested.
And look, head coaches are busy. Look, a third of the league just changed, so context is really important here.
Yeah.
But this is a good opportunity to get your hands on players.
I do not understand for the life of me why, if you would have the time, which you should have the time at this time of year, that you wouldn't want to be down here on the field looking at these guys. Like, one of the greatest fallacies I believe in scouting is that you can just get it on the tape. I can just watch the tape, and no, you can't. To see some of these guys in person, I'm telling you, you will have one eye, like for instance, when we were talking about Caleb Banks yesterday, you'll have one vision in your head as far as what you think he looks like when you're watching the tape until you see him here now. Then it looks totally different. I mean, you need to have that one-on-one, I believe, interaction with these guys, especially now with today's players.
Sure.
They really do value relationships, and I think you can start building them here in an environment like this.
This guy's on the walkie-talkie.
But by the way, do you think Jim Harbaugh loves football?
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to be careful of how I say this because you brought it up with Tomlin and we're bringing it up to Harbaugh. And this isn't to say the other 31 head coaches in the NFL aren't. There's a few that don't have jobs yet. But Harbaugh's just Tomlin. Harbaugh, football guys.
Right, but
Football
again,
guys.
just to be fair here, right now, a third of the guys are trying to put their staffs together, and there's probably another half of the other 18 that are making changes on their staff. So, again, I'm not defending, but I'm just saying, when you think about Mike Tomlin always being down here, first ballot Hall of Famer, if that's even a phrase anymore.
sure about that, Mike T?
But I mean, what you're
sure?
talking about, though, right? A lot of the stuff that they're doing as far as trying to put staffs together, we do have cell phones, computers. I think we can kind of conduct
also a lot
business.
of assistants here. that you can
Exactly.
tap
I mean,
into,
and
right?
you're down here for 2 days, basically. You're going to be here for the Wednesday practice, or rather, the Wednesday and the Thursday practice, and that's about it. Exactly. So, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I love this environment, and I could see how much Mike Tomlin loved this environment when he was here. And look, we said it, and we said it yesterday. He picked Keanu Benton because of the practice that he had here and the individual coaching he was giving him.
And
you could just see it. And when he took him that draft night when we were sitting on the desk, I was just like, saw that coming months ago.
And being Joel Thomas of the Saints, Clint Hurd of the Eagles, there may be a player, maybe not as heralded as Keanu Benton, but 5th, 6th, 7th round because of the drill, or more importantly, in the meetings tonight. So I do think there's an advantage of being here and coaching these guys.
So what they were talking about with Mike Tomlin last year, Tomlin, by the way, he'd show up in jeans and a pullover and be like, let's roll. And he would go over to these individuals during individual workouts, and after a rep, if there was a guy that he was particularly keen on, he would pull him out. Mind you, Tomlin wasn't coaching here at the Senior Bowl, would pull him out, talk to him, and work with him.
I mean, really, what are the assistants going to say? Hey, Mike, you can't do that?
Right.
They'd be like, hey, go ahead and coach him.
By the way, you know what would be the ultimate? You know what would be the ultimate flex, guys? If Mike Tomlin showed up right now and be like, fellas, I'm getting ready for March of 2027. I'll be at your, and get to know these guys a little
I just
bit.
wonder if the security guys would be out there. You don't have a credential, sir. Wait, sir. He'd be
If
like,
it were
what?
about 5 degrees colder, I'd probably hand Mike T my mic. Mike Tomlin my mic.
Could you hand this Mike T your gloves?
No, we're the smart ones.
No, I was going to say no.
Hand in the dirt type guys. Harbaugh, good to see him here. Tomlin over the years. He'll be back here as soon as he's back in head coaching. Speaking of head coaching, Joel Thomas, coach American team, Quint Kesnick.
Coach Joel Thomas getting ready for a Thursday practice. What's the point of emphasis in this session?
Obviously, we want a clean operation, but the emphasis as far as the field, we're thinking red zone and 2-minute drives, operation, everybody's off the field, substitution patterns, just everything to have a nice flow for the game.
Back in the meeting room and watching film, what do you learn about players during that part of the process?
Well, as far as the learning abilities, you want to be able to have a conversation with the players. If there's something I see and it might be different what they see, can they explain to me what they saw, a technique, how they're going to attack, the offensive tackle if you're the defensive end, just to get talking football and to see where that IQ level's at as we sit here today.
And how they apply that maybe to the next practice?
100%. That's what it's all about, is being able to go through, assess, make a correction, and then apply it to the next day. That's ball.
In terms of having a staff of coaches from different staffs, how do you guys share information? How does that information flow work?
Well, as far as information goes, the playbook is, I would say, generic. Yeah. Everybody's got very similar plays. The language obviously caters to the organization, so we create a language that is fair to everybody, one that we can all teach at the same time, and that way we're not necessarily giving up information. But I wouldn't sit there and say everybody's just giving up all the stuff as we roll and go. I think we're all protective of our real jobs that we have back in our cities.
And lastly, when you counsel the players, like before this session, right now,
yes.
right here, right now, what's important for these young men?
Well, match and surpass. That was the deal. All week we've kind of just ingrained like a mindset for the day, how we want to approach it, maybe things they can take over as they go on to have their professional careers. And then also, it's a big theme that we have with the Saints, joy in the journey. We're creating relationships through this 1 week that we have together, but they're relationships that will go forever and on. And trying to create that brotherhood, form that, so like when we go out here on Saturday, we have something to hang our hat on, along with the ability to go ahead and play football.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, so we got off on a tangent about the Jim Harbaugh and the coaching and being here. I do want to be fair and get to the player that caught your eye a little bit, Phil. I know each of you have a tape. What do you have?
Not too far behind us is Jake Slaughter, or at least he was moments ago, the center from Florida. This guy's played for a lot of different quarterbacks, most recently protecting much of this past season for DJ Lagway, previously Anthony Richardson's got very good length and size overall at that center spot. Very smart young man as well. Probably a center only based off of his college experience. A guy that I think will hear his name called at some point there on day 3. Could probably add a little bit more in the midsection as far as base and muscle mass is concerned, but solid player right there.
So 2 offensive linemen, both for you and Lewis, and you've got a running back.
Kalen Black, guys, JMU transfer, University of Indiana. Hard to say, national champion, undefeated Hoosiers. Kalen Black, to me, has the ability to be a 3-down back because of his productivity in the passing game. 55 career reception. He runs hard. He runs behind his pads. Like a low center of gravity right here, a little shiftiness. I'm glad he's here. He has a great opportunity, and we're talking about guys not being here. This guy just played the length of an NFL season, and he shows up here as well.
He's got a 1-foot burst too. We saw some of those. He gets in a hole, he'll plant his foot and go. He's a good-looking running back.
2 power backs there in that Indiana offense. Roman Hemby, the other one, the Maryland transfer. Both these guys have a chance to be drafted, of course, this year. Both big, powerful backs. They get more than what is blocked for them.
All right, so the walkthrough portion of this practice for the American, we are going to step aside and talk about the quarterbacks. Big day for them, both Talon Green, Garrett Nussmeier, Luke Altmaier. We'll talk about the quarterbacks when we return to Mobile in the American team practice.
The Panini Senior Bowl practice is brought to you by Panini, where the draft begins. Start your Panini trading card collection today by visiting www.paniniamerica.net.
Some of the players that have been in the Pro Bowl here and the Senior Bowl that happens every year, as does the reinvented Pro Bowl coming up Tuesday in the Bay Area, side of Super Bowl 60. A little flag football fun. Coverage begins at 6:30. The game at 8 p.m. Lewis Riddick, Mike Tannenbaum, Field Yates, Matt Berry back with you. The American team practicing here at the Panini Super Bowl. They are doing their 2-minute walkthrough portion. Gentlemen, let's get into the quarterbacks on this side of it. Luke Altmaier, Talon Green, Garrett Nussmeier. They all have their strengths, and it's going to be interesting to see which one of these guys stand out, particularly because early on we didn't see great quarterback play out of the national team. So, gentlemen, what will you be watching? Mike T, I'll start with you with the quarterbacks.
Well, look, in this sort of walkthrough, you don't want to see the ball hit the ground. Again, Luke Altmaier, guys, I think has really helped himself. The ball comes out of his hand really easy. He has total command of this drill right now. Clearly knows what to do. Just shifted Jamari Taylor from the right to the left side. I think this group as a whole, the quarterbacks for the American, has outplayed the national, and really looking forward to seeing this competitive period coming up.
Maybe it's too simplistic to comp Altmaier and Sawyer Robertson, but similar games in that they can both run and have a strong arm. Lewis, what are you watching?
Yeah, look, Luke Altmaier, to me, he caught my eye watching him on tape. He showed some good movement skills in the pocket yesterday as far as being able to navigate, find time. He shows on tape that he can layer the football. He can throw it with plenty of horsepower. Again, it's just about getting yourself comfortable in this environment with this verbiage, with these wide receivers, and seeing if you can go ahead and string together some reps that can really catch people's attention and go, hey, look, that's the kind of guy who I'd want to work with. Let's see what kind of value we need to put on him. I think this is a big opportunity for him. I expect him to play even better today than he did yesterday.
Garrett Nussmeier's now up for this offense, this LSU quarterback who, of course, did not have the conclusion to his season and his career that he had hoped for. He came into this past year with aspirations of maybe being a guy on the first-round radar. By the end of the year, he wasn't even playing for LSU. Not a superb athlete, but a very good processor, a very accurate thrower as well. The son of Saints offensive coordinator Doug Nussmeier, another one of Mike T's friends, who was here in Mobile as well. So an important pre-draft process coming up here for Garrett Nussmeier.
Doug Nussmeier, third-round pick from University of Idaho, played for the Saints.
I would say today, gentlemen, it is a huge day for Garrett Nussmeier because we talked about it yesterday during the show, and Field, you just alluded to it there. He did not have the season he wanted to at LSU. The one word we keep using about Nuss, processor, he's going to have to come out here today and make some throws downfield and show that he has the ability to play at the next level.
I'll add this too, Matt, is at the Senior Bowl each year, each prospect gets 20 minutes with each team. So he's going to get a 20-minute window to open things up, or I guess teams are going to get a 20-minute window into Garrett Nussmeier's game. So you're seeing the on-field stuff right now, but off-the-field is getting a chance to meet with teams throughout the week this week, and I'm sure some of them are asking kind of what happened this year that was different compared to 2024. But the accuracy is something you'll see on display. Been watching his tape. Very good anticipation, area thrower. Started off hot at the beginning of last season. Then a big statement win over Clemson. Looked like the kind of guy who could be a first-round pick. And then things kind of tailed off from there for Nussmeier.
And now to the most intriguing prospect in this group, Taylon Green, now at quarterback in the walkthrough period. And I say intriguing, Lewis, because he has every skill set and wow factor you could want in a potential quarterback.
Yeah, he showed you some stuff yesterday that just made your jaw drop. This is his movement in the pocket, Matt. He drifted to his left, flicked the ball about 40, 55, 60 yards in the air for an absolute strike. He's got a great personality. You can tell he's willing to put in the work. He's just got tantalizing skills that I'm sure people are sitting there going, how far up do we have to go to get him? What's the ideal value for him if we want to work with someone who has skills like that, which is exactly what you're trying to find out right now. That's what you're trying to do, trying to build your draft board.
He's the one player and the one quarterback in this group where he's done some things where all of us look at each other and raise our eyebrows and just be like, oh.
Yeah, and the measurables are right away. I mean, 6'6", 230 pounds for Taylon Green. I'm sure he'll run very well at the combine if he decides to run. Boise State to Arkansas is his college path. It's a common theme right now in the world of college football. As we take a look at some of the best of from Taylon Green yesterday, you can see the ball just fly off of his hands without much effort whatsoever. On top of that, the ability to tuck and run with the football as well. He is a glider in space. It may not be the guy who's got this off-the-charts acceleration, but when he does reach max speed, he's a tough guy to bring down in the open field.
What did he say yesterday? 22.8 miles per hour on the GPS?
Yeah, just that's like Lewis coming out of high school, coming out of college.
Yeah.
Not that fast.
Let's go to Quinn.
Yeah, Taylon told me yesterday that he's spending the pre-draft time period in Southern California with a quarterback's coach, really working on his footwork mostly and the ability basically to drop back. You know, he's been in the shotgun at Arkansas exclusively, and so there's all sorts of new footwork that he said he's been focused on learning.
Field, you said it there. He glides, but he's hard to catch. You'll see him take off on a run, either be it on his game tape from Arkansas or what we saw to him yesterday. He just takes off and he's gone.
Yeah, the big thing for Taylon Green is, you'll find a coach that would tell you, I'll take a B-level talent that's a B every single day of the week, as opposed to a guy who might have A-level talent but fluctuates. And that's Taylon at times, or was Taylon at times during his college careers. He'd have a great game, and then he'd have a follow-up performance that left a lot to be desired. So this is a week about consistency being a goal for him.
All right, so the team stretch is going on for the American. We're going to take that opportunity to step
stretch
aside.
out ourselves.
So when the fun You going to do yours?
Yeah, get a couple calf stretches here.
When the fun gets started, we'll come back live here on ESPN News, the American team practice. All right, we are back. The draft starts here in Mobile, but the official night of the annual selection meeting, April 23rd in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coverage begins 8 p.m. Eastern, ESPN, ABC, Path to the Draft, as well as our friends from NFL Network. Speaking of friends, Mike T has one of his.
Yeah, thanks so much. I'm sitting here with 1994 third-round draft choice of the New Orleans Saints from the University of Idaho, none other than Doug Nussmeier. Doug, good to see you.
Great to see you, Mike.
So, Doug, you are wearing a couple hats here. You're the offensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints, but your son's playing this game. Tell us what it's like, what a thrill, and I'm sure a lot of mixed feelings here, right?
Oh, it's been great. You know, obviously we're here working, looking at all the players, and then what a great opportunity for Garrett to be here, play with the best players in the country. You know, really proud of him and what he's accomplished, and getting the opportunity to play in this game.
So, like, what are you feeling like? You must immense pride, but is there some nerves here? Like, what are you feeling?
No, I mean, listen, he's played in a lot of games, had a great opportunity to play at LSU. And really, you know, here it's work for us, and we're evaluating guys. And, you know, it's just cool and blessed. I had the opportunity to play in this game. Now he gets an opportunity to play in this game, so it's been special.
All right, we're going to look at some of his highlights here. Can you walk us through here, Coach, what we're seeing here from your son?
Oh, no, this is going to be tough now. Looks like
what does he do well? What are his strengths?
You know, I think Garrett has good field vision. He does a good job with anticipation and accuracy.
And if you were thinking about drafting him as a prospect, what would you say, you know, areas he needs to improve upon?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just, you know, he's got to get healthy, number one. You know, obviously going through what he went through this season. And then you just got to be able to do it consistently, day in and day out. And, you know, obviously he's looking forward to this opportunity and what he's had this week to prove that.
You know, Doug, we've talked a lot, my colleagues here, Louis Riddick, Field Yates, Matt Barry, Quinn Kesnick, the whole quarterback position, and there's such a rush to draft these guys and play them, and we're looking at other players here, Taylor Green of Arkansas, amongst others. If you could sort of architect the ideal quarterback situation, obviously you got a lot out of Tyler Shugg his rookie year, but how would you try to do it where you're going to get the best out of your players, not only short-term but long-term? Well,
I think, you know, the biggest thing is your process. And once you get them in the building, do you have a process to develop them? Obviously, the salary cap in our league is a big factor in what you do at the quarterback position. And fortunately, we had the opportunity to draft Tyler last year. Really excited about where he's headed. And then, you know, but once again, you got to have a great development plan for the offseason. We're already started into that, getting ready to get, you know, back to work here soon.
So take us back a year ago. How big was the Senior Bowl in the evaluation of Tyler?
I think the Senior Bowl is a big part of everything, you know, because you see the best players here. And the guys come here to prove themselves. Obviously, Tyler played in it. You know, Jackson Dart was in it, who ended up being a late first-round pick. So you see that example every year. And there's been a lot of great players in our league that have played in this game.
All right. Well, Doug, thanks so much, and good luck as the offense coordinator of the Saints, and good luck as the father of Garrett Nussmeier, and congratulations with everything. All right. Okay, more to come from sunny, balmy, warm Mobile, Alabama, and more Senior Bowl coverage coming up on ESPN News.
The winds are starting to whip.
It's balmy.
Here inside Hancock Whitney Stadium as the shade is coming on. The winds are whipping, and it's about to drop down and get cold.
There's a couple thousand people here, Matt. I'm going to guess that those people are all sitting here saying those four guys from ESPN wearing makeup have a collective toughness rating of about 1 right now because they are hiding in the sun.
Yeah, I wasn't here to be tough. I was here to just talk about football and practice. Although,
you know what I love to say? Hey, don't try being tough with someone else's body.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm feeling right now. Okay?
Look, at Field and Lewis already have the hoods on and the ears on, but
I'm feeling about 20 degrees.
Phil, watch yourself.
Thanks, Mike T.
I feel like we're just in the Mike Tannenbaum portion of the program. He just did the interview with Nussmeier, took us to break, and now we're in special teams, long snapping, field goal kicking. I mean, this is your world, Mike Tannenbaum.
Yeah, it sure is. And I'll tell you what, this game could come down to a field goal. And, you know, we talked about it this morning in all seriousness, like take a guy like T.J. Parker. T.J. Parker, unless something epic happens, is going to be a first-round pick. And here he is covering punts in a drill. And if you're in a draft room and you're trying to tie break between player A and player B, here's T.J. Parker comes down and has a good week, playing special teams last week in January. Obviously, this is important to him. So, look, special teams isn't going to be the reason you draft somebody, but boy, it could go a long way. And good field goal.
Quint has more in the kicker right now.
Yeah,
Quint.
Will Ferrin at BYU. He's used to kicking at altitude. Remember, Provo is pretty high up there in terms of altitude, but he's got an all-you-can-eat deal where for life in Provo at a restaurant after hitting a game-winning kick against Utah 2 years ago.
No, literally all you can eat at a restaurant?
For the rest of his life, he could just show up at the restaurant and eat.
And they say
for one kick.
That's college football rivalry in a nutshell. For the rest of this dude's life, he's eating for free. And he's just drilling some field goals.
I felt like I was at an all-you-can-eat dinner last night. We traveled with Pete Thamel. He gets you all the good spots.
I need that deal at Wawa back in New Jersey.
For coffee?
Underrated sandwich, by the way.
No question.
That's Governor Thamel.
All right, so individual
drills are upon us. Well, we're going to all watch the defensive line because they're in the warm corner. Right, kid?
I don't.
All right.
Good idea.
I'll go tough it out and go watch the quarterbacks for you, Matty.
Yeah, I'll come over there with you. I want to see these guys. So we'll continue. We'll put up quad boxes, double boxes when anything's going down during this period of practices. The D linemen and quarterbacks. Let's go down there. We'll go down there with the D lineman. Mike Tannenbaum's down there. This is another solid group. The defense this morning was great, but Tannenbaum, these guys are just as dominant.
Yeah, they are. This is a real, we've talked about all week. Zion Young, Derek Moore, McClellan, Caleb Banks, who, by the way, as Lou mentioned, he is physically imposing and he moves well. This drill is just working on get-off pad level, so important for a pass rusher. First step, stay low. These guys are really well coached. These drills have been very helpful in the evaluation.
All right, that's the defensive line. Field, what are you doing?
I'm with the offensive line. I want to spotlight a player, Jeremiah Wright from Auburn, who I would say throughout the week has had one of the better spirits on the practice field. This guy has been having a lot of fun. He has been chirping at defensive linemen, and he is a behemoth. He's right next to Louis Riddick right now. He's listed at 6'6", 330 pounds. In the running game, if he gets his hands on you, good luck to you. This guy was getting after it in pass pro yesterday. Some of the redirect skills still a question mark for NFL scouts. Wouldn't surprise me if he hears his name called early on day 3.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm standing down here at these offensive linemen, as Phil just mentioned. And I know we profiled Max Ihanachor in the open. And you called his head coach this afternoon and we talked to him about him. If you look at his lower half, those 34.5-inch arms, 6'5" frame. This dude looks like right out of central casting for an offensive tackle in the NFL. Right out of central casting. It's perfect. It's absolutely freaking perfect. And I think when we see him going through the one-on-one pass rush, you're going to see why. And I was watching more of his tape this afternoon, and I'm just going, man, I mean, he's going up against the Texas Tech rushers in that game down there in Arizona, and I mean, he's just shutting them down. I mean, this guy can play. I'm as excited about him as anyone here at this game. Because I just think he just has the ideal makeup.
When you were studying guys against the Texas Tech rushers this year, it felt to me like the baseline was, if you didn't get smothered by them, it was actually a darn good performance by you, because obviously David Bailey and Romello Height, two of the best rushers in all of college football this past season. And to Lewis's point, Max held his own. That's an impressive outing against what was the best pass rush duo, probably the best defensive line in all of college football, maybe along with Miami.
And it is worth pointing out that was the only game Texas Tech lost this year to the Arizona State Sun Devils. So
during the regulars.
Just noted. Just wanted to note that. All right, we're going to step aside as they're doing some individual work, and then we'll come back. We've got team Porsche. We've got drills as the American team practice Mobile out there. We're back at the Panini Senior Bowl. The draft starts in Mobile each and every year. The American team practicing right now. Got Barry, Field Yates, Louis Riddick, Mike Tannenbaum, Quick Kesnick. All right, gentlemen, here's our 4-box. The quad box is up of each individual position group you were watching. Let's start with you, Field.
I'm down here watching the quarterbacks, throwing some routes on air to the running back. We haven't talked about this running back group a ton, and to be candid, this year's running back draft class group, not as strong as last year's, where we had some star power at the very top with Ashton Genty, another first-round draft pick in Amari at Hampton, and then historical depth. But there are some good players down here right now, some really intriguing guys, including guys I think will go on day 3. And we're working on some pass catching. They were working on some pass catching now, and we have the wide receivers who have taken over. Quarterbacks now throwing to the wideouts.
Joel Thomas just walked by me, head coach. He looks at me and he goes, earmuffs? You're wearing earmuffs? Yeah.
Yeah, we are, baby.
And it feels
you
wearing,
are.
Feels wearing a beanie. Lewis, where may I find you again?
I'm at the offensive line, and I'm just kind of laughing over the earmuffs thing. That is kind of soft. But, again, I'm not going to be tough with someone else's body. These offensive linemen, they're kind of going through run blocking assignments now, walking through, and I'm about to get run over, although I could probably still dip and buckle one of these dudes if I needed to.
Still got it?
I was pretty good at checking some of these guys back in the day. Not anymore, but this is an impressive group, body type-wise. All of these guys are strapped together. All of them look like they are in fantastic shape for this time of year as they start to get ready for the combine and have to, do all the individual workouts that they have to do, which is the next phase in their pre-draft development. And they're all really locked in. We saw this offensive line group really have a good day yesterday. They were doing some work, both in pass protection and in the run blocking, especially in their 11-on-11 periods yesterday. It's an impressive group. You're gonna hear a lot of these names in starting lineups on Sundays next year.
And Mike Tannenbaum, who are you hanging out with?
Yeah, I'm down here, guys, with the DBs. Probably haven't talked about this group enough. I think there's really good depth here. I'll tell you, Davison Igbinosun from Ohio State, one of the many players that was coached well by Matt Patricia. Cut down on penalties this year. Long line, he's taking a rep right here. Long levered corner, has the ability to play man-to-man. If he continues to have a good offseason, I don't know if he gets into the first, but he can certainly be a day 2 guy. He's going against Malik Muhammad, who's also had a good week, another rangy Texas, University of Texas DB.
Let's come back down here to the quarterbacks, receivers.
Our great colleague and the legend Mel Kiper Jr. likes to drop a term called the LTPers, the look the part guys, LTPers. We've got a couple of those amongst the wide receivers. Certainly Ted Hurst from Georgia State and Malachi Fields from Notre Dame via University of Virginia will be at the top of that list. These two guys are really well built, long, incredible athletes.
I want to give a shout out to Devin Voice in South Alabama. This is home yard. It was enjoyable meeting with his head coach last night, Major Applewhite. I'm telling you, the Ted Hurst kid, Georgia State, number 7.
It's easy for him. Looks very easy movement skills-wise.
The coaching staff at Georgia State raved about him primarily because he had offers and opportunities to make a lot of money and go elsewhere. And he decided he'd rather star at Georgia State and get this opportunity. He set all kinds of school records. You cheer for guys like that who smaller schools stayed there and now get to play against the big boys here in a bowl game like this.
Scouts will go back and watch their game against Ole Miss this season. It wasn't a competitive game, but those are obviously some high leverage reps there for Ted Hurst. One more name that certainly fills that check the box, or excuse me, look the part box would be Jacoby Lane, wide receiver, USC. He's donning number 89 this week at the Senior Bowl, but he led the team to Jacoby Lane and touchdown receptions 2 years ago. Super long linear athlete. Big question is, how much of a separator is he? Is he the kind of guy that's going to have to win more 50-50 balls? But he's all of, looks like 6'4" from right here.
I love the Berrien Brown kid too, Lewis, out of LSU. Quick, special teams dynamo, and he's kind of that guy that you could just use really as a pocket knife for an offense.
Yeah, he's a guy he's a 3-position player. He can play the slot, the X, the Z. He's a guy who really, you want to get the ball in his hands quick, let him catch and run, make a first defender miss. Doesn't have the same kind of catch radius, same kind of dynamic down the field winning ability as some of these high risers do. Like Fields, like Hurst. Guys who are traditional X's, like Jacoby Lane, the guys who are going to be red zone, just absolute monsters. And you'll see that today when they practice their red zone one-on-ones. I would expect this group to maybe fare a little bit better than we saw in the previous group.
You see Brown right there hooking up with Garrett Nussmeier's former teammate. Brown has a case for the best kick returner in this year's draft class. He began his college career at University of Kentucky. He had a season with 3 kickoff returns for a touchdown. Had one for LSU this past season. Very good vision, decisive, and he can go. He can really run now and finds himself in the open field. And Jacoby Lane just plucks it out of midair, huh? Pretty easy for him.
That one, yep. From Taylor Green.
All these receivers in this group that have that physical range, they all snatch the ball out of the air. They take the ball out of the air. Nothing ever gets into their body. They aggressively go and attack it, which is just a DB's nightmare.
One more running back we'll talk about maybe this afternoon. We talked about Kalen Black, but Jamari Taylor out of Virginia.
Yes, sir.
I like him a lot. He's fun to watch this year for Tony Elliott. 1,000 yards plus. So we're going to step aside. They're finishing a little bit of this individual stuff. Red zone, 2-minute drill, all the key drills coming up here at the American team practice.
Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, butts on couches. Why? WWE Royal Rumble live from Saudi Arabia. 30 men and 30 women enter. One from each emerges with the opportunity to become a champion at WrestleMania. That's the right. Super Bowl of the WWE. Of course, check it out via the WWE, the ESPN Unlimited plan. Premier live event. Love this partnership we have now between ESPN and the WWE. Once again, I'm taking Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley. You heard it here first.
The road to WrestleMania and the road to the NFL draft.
Both begin in Mobile, Alabama.
That's right. Well done.
You mean
a little one-on-one action coming up our way, Matty B?
Yeah,
I mean the Roman Reigns, the former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, Joe and I.
There you go.
Got to talk to him at the. Up in New York.
No, that guy. That's a frame.
Dude.
We were just talking about the offensive lineman with a good-looking frame.
He's a good dude.
Roman Reigns, cut up.
We asked a question on air, like one, two.
I can't wait to watch these receivers against these DBs.
This will help get the energy going as well. The energy kind of dipped early on in this practice.
Like
last
the temperature
one of the week. Yep. I think Mike T might be recruiting Jim Harbaugh down there, by the way, for an interview. Not sure if he's able to come through with that one or not.
No chance he's pulling that one off. None.
I saw Harbaugh talking to a bunch of different outlets.
Really?
Yeah,
okay,
I like Mike's chances.
So we're not giving Mike T the credit if he gets the exclusive?
It's not an exclusive, but based on what we've seen.
All right. That's why Quint's our reporter. All right, so one-on-one time. Igbenogson. Well, that's a good one.
Look at the length here. 32-plus inch arms. Nearly 33-inch arms for Davison Igbenogson.
Jacoby Lane.
A little bit of miscommunication there, although there was some pass interference. Davison Igbenogson, that's probably going to be one of the conversations that percolates leading up to the draft surrounding him. He has rare length for a cornerback. He has very good ball skills. Had this crazy interception against Michigan, some may recall. But this is a player who has to find a way to cut down on the penalties. Simply,
what a throw!
Throw right there from Taylor Green right in the bucket. That looked like Kevin Coleman, the wide receiver from Missouri. Played at 4 different schools and finished up with the Missouri Tigers.
His coach caught up with him today, Eli Drinkwitz.
Excellent accuracy there from Garrett Musmeyer. That throw down the field to Mike Washington, the running back from Arkansas.
All right, so Nuss is going to give it another run here.
It's a fun one right here on the Taylor Green side. Going to Will Kazmarek, the tight end from Ohio State. Made his money blocking at Ohio State, but trying to show he has some red zone ability as well. Now take a look at the wide receivers. Here's the aforementioned Berrien Brown.
You know what's interesting about that? Ohio State is the best receiver school in the country and has been for the last decade, yet their tight ends block.
Yes.
Imagine if they ever got into the tight end business.
Max Clare, they thought they had one from Purdue this year. Max had a solid year, but definitely not the production I think he probably was hoping for.
That's good coverage right there, Lewis.
That's a way to finish right there. Brown. Finish at the top of the route. Yep. Dan Villari, everything but the catch there. Tight end from Syracuse, former quarterback. Got to finish that one.
Lewis Bonds now from BC on the Luke Altmaier side.
Heck of a route. Good ball right there by Altmaier.
Mom, you want me to go right now?
Tavius Hutchins
vertical
from
ability.
Boston College going up against Max Ihanachor. He just smoked him with a nice inside counter move. These guys, there's some elite athletes on display down here. These offensive defensive linemen getting at it.
Lewis is down there in the pit.
See Ted Hurst almost levitating down here in the one-on-one drills. Might have mistimed his jump just a second.
You know what's interesting, guys? Is it right in front of us, Harbaugh looking at a guy like Taylor Green?
You need a backup quarterback.
He's down here watching these drills. He loves a project at quarterback and developing.
Actually surprised Harbaugh isn't around the offensive line, as he says. Offensive linemen are weapons.
Maybe one of Harbaugh's best coaching jobs was with Colin Kaepernick when he came out of Nevada. People weren't sure how he'd translate to the NFL, and all he did was take it to the NFC Championship game 3 years in a row.
Yep. An excellent run there. There's Davison Igbenogson once again covering Jacoby Lane. Second straight rep in which Igbenogson is called for pass interference. I hate to beat a dead horse. That's going to be the talking point, though, for him leading up to the draft. Discipline. Discipline with those hands.
That's just because Garrett Nussmeier knows how to find Barry Brown.
Yes, sir. Yep, he's pumped about that one, too. He went down there to give him some.
Lewis, how's it going in the pit?
One thing that you're seeing here today is you're seeing guys execute with a high level of hand usage on the defensive side of the football. Guys were doing a great job with hand placement, counters, cleaning the hands of the offensive tackles, offensive guards off of them, working second and third moves. I mean, you can see they're taking their game. It's not just about physically, imposing your will on the other guy. It's about using good hand use. And there's Caleb Banks with his second win in a row. As you see him, he's starting to talk junk again. He had a nice pass rush on the rep before this.
What did he say yesterday? He's a freak.
Yeah, he said, "Look, that's just what I."
Here's a rematch here.
We'll do it again. Caleb, how would you describe your skill set? I'm a freak.
By the way, Caleb Banks and Jeremiah Wright, they're exchanging pleasantries right now. Those are two of the guys that have been talking the most.
Is the movement
Florida
skills.
Auburn, man.
The movement skills.
Florida Auburn getting after one another.
Now
they want to go again. They're rock paper scissors. See who can go. Now they all want to be. That's
Jude Bowery here.
That's Sap out there.
These one-on-one drills always lead to some viral highlights throughout the week. I know J.J. Watt's been so good about talking on social media about it. You got to be really careful and just taking too much from a single rep and thinking that one viral highlight defines a player one way or the other. It's really about sort of the context of these drills. And certainly all the evaluators around here have been studying these one-on-ones closely and making the most of, or who's making the most of those reps.
You're right, though.
It's impossible.
That's the world we live in.
It's the perfect drill for somebody to go, yesterday we've got Markel Bell. 2 days ago, he's, looking at the ground, or looking at the sky, I should say, after a rep because he gets upended by Derek Moore. And No doubt that's good power there for Derek Moore, and it's a good rep for him. But how much do those individual reps translate to what you're going to see consistently in a game is the question.
Back down to the receivers and quarterback one-on-ones. So that's the end of this period, and with that,
off the team.
We're going to send it to Mike Tannenbaum before we hit to the team.
Yeah, guys, got a special guest here. I have an alum of the Senior Bowl who played for the Ram staff, former head coach of University of San Diego, former head coach of Stanford, former head coach of San Francisco, national champion at the University of Michigan, and now the head coach of the LA Chargers. Coach, great to be with you.
Oh, you too, Mike. It's just great being down here. I mean, this is like it's just football, and in a lot of ways, it's better than the combine, or as good as the combine. Just the access to get, and to see the guys in the football drills wearing the pads and competing. And really, that's what everybody's looking for. I mean, you, me, everybody down, every scout down here, and competitors welcome.
Coach, I'll tell you what, you deserve so much credit. Like, obviously, there's a lot of change going on in the league, including your brother, but you're the only head coach down here, and seems to me like you could get a great advantage in terms of learning about these guys.
Yeah, it's still painful not playing, and not being our best at the end of the season when we needed to. But beginning, no ends, just beginnings, and this is a natural place to start.
Coach, I've been a long time admirer of you. You've won everywhere you've been. You always talk about, I want competitors, guys that love football. How does this process help you identify who loves football?
That's a good question. I think it's just one piece in the puzzle. I mean, you look at 26. The Indiana running back. Played 16 games, I think.
Yep.
You'd have every reason not to come here to the Senior Bowl and play and watch him go through every drill and compete the way he's competing. I mean, to me, that's a screaming. That he loves football and can help some team.
Yeah. Well, Coach, unfortunately, a lot of injuries this year. Hopefully, you get Joel back, Rashawn Slater back, and you can start rolling again next year. And you set an incredible foundation in a very short amount of time. And appreciate a few minutes.
Appreciate everything you do for football, Mike.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So the Chargers are drafting Kalen Black.
Yeah. How great is that,
more
by the
running
way?
backs?
Someone, do we have the draft chime in the truck? Run it.
How great is that? That's just two football guys who have a lot of respect for each other, by the way. T and Jim Harbaugh, that was excellent.
It's fantastic. And the one thing that he did, he gave us a peak Harbaughism. There's no endings, just beginnings. Just only beginnings.
I think I read that on a fortune cookie recently, Matt. Uh-oh.
He runs like a gazelle. I mean,
He was running so fast, his microphone fell off. If you guys saw that, but the mic from Taylon Green just fell right.
all right, so at least we know we won't have that wired access for the rest of practice. But we will get to see Taylon playing quarterback here.
There is just a mound of bodies on that zone. I mean, these guys got to make sure they protect one another. Obviously, they're trying to ramp up the physicality, especially with their run blocking. Just got to make sure you stay off the ground. One guy falls into the next thing you know, you have a bad situation. But this offensive line, much different tempo, much different degree of physicality. Really interested to see if that really translates to the game, especially when they go up against a national team that's defensive line has really played spirited football all week.
Yeah, what a great juxtaposition that'll be with what we saw earlier today.
So Taylon has top 5 speed of any of the prospects here based on ESPN analytics this season and the data that was collected. Straight line speed.
Max Ahanichor just continues to terrorize people, man. This time it's Kieran Crawford. He had him on the ground, laying on top of him. Crawford got up, ticked off. Max just kind of looked at him and giggled and ran off the field. I'm telling you, he has really helped himself He's helped himself.
And Lewis, the scary part is, like, this is still that's raw ability.
Yeah,
because he hasn't played football that long.
Well, I'm telling you, he looks much more seasoned than what his actual experience would suggest, which is great for him.
You know,
almost right there, but that's Garrett Nussmeier, right? That's he's a quick process there. Ball comes out. Second, he hits the back of his hitch.
Yeah, that ball had zip on it. I know that was incomplete, but boy, that had some NFL velocity on it.
It excited me because that's the first time in 2 practices we've seen a pass downfield.
You sound like a cranky old scout.
Been hanging around you guys the last couple of days.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Set up. Ready, what's on?
Throwback there. Nussmeier play fake boot. Throwback to his
might have worked
left.
out pretty well in the game. The defense did not seem to totally recognize it.
Opening it up. I like it.
Whoa. Hey, here we go. Hey, lock in. Let's go. We need 4 yards. We're going dusty left. Phil, lob, taxi. On one. Ready? Let's go. 4 yards.
3rd and 4.
Here we go.
It's a 3rd and 4.
Dusty left, Phil, lob, taxi.
Here we go.
What do you think that's going to be?
Ready? What's up?
Pitch left.
Defense sniffed that one out.
How about that? I'm sure people at home will be watching. Why don't you just call that toss left?
Let's go. 4th and 2. Hold on.
That's what they would have called it back in 1978 when I was playing for the Pembridge Green Jackets youth football team.
Daffy left, Tiger Wine Rough.
Yeah. Toss left, toss left. Ready, break.
Here we go. Set up. Ready? What's up?
Read option there. There's Kalen Black, featured Charger on that 4th and 1 conversion.
He's going to be so good with Herbert in that offense.
He is.
There it is. with the X amount of pick in the NFL draft, the Chargers select Kalen Black, running back.
I think of all the things that kind of signify, that are signature like sounds at ESPN, that's one that instantly you go, you know what time of year it is.
Absolutely.
The Sunday countdown, the
NFL prime time.
Yeah. It's like Gabe Akis, defensive end from Illinois, got a hand on that one. What a good player he is. Powerful, heavy hands. Had a great year this year. Actually, he's been a great player for a couple of years down there in Champaign.
Like, you pair Black with Amari and Hampton?
Yes. Right now.
Do you have that confirmed, Mike T? Could we get a round from Coach Harbaugh or no?
Yeah. Give me a healthy Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater. Give me Mod Black and a healthy Omarion Hampton. Let's go.
And a developed Taylon Green. We got it all figured out for the Chargers.
Yeah, just better keep their offensive line healthy, that's all.
Eddie Honacher in the first round.
Hey, just keep him healthy.
Ready? What's that?
Honacher on that rep just took Sapp and just grabbed him, threw him to the ground. Like, he's toying with guys now. His confidence is growing every single snap. That's the kind of guy, I'm telling you, if I was running a football team, I'd be like, we're going to find a way to get 58 from ASU on our team. We want him on our team.
Daffy left. Bluff,
and he will lock down the right tackle position for a decade.
And get better each year because it's still so raw.
Stop. 180. What's that?
Another great rep.
Good shot there by Altmaier. Wow, that pocket was closing in on him, guys.
That was to Devin Voisin, home kid here from South Alabama. Mike T, you like Altmaier. You liked what you've seen out of him.
You know, Matt, I'm just going by what I see. Like, you know, we talked about just how much this pocket's getting compressed, you know, by both defensive lines, American and National. Altmaier showing that Big Ten experience. Back foot hits his drop, steps up, throws a very catchable ball. That's what NFL quarterback play is.
Mike T, how many times have you been to the Combine or the Senior Bowl as a general manager looking at one player with all your intentions and then just another player flashes and catches your eye?
You know, that happens all the time, and that's why you really got to stick to the process. And, you know, we just talked to Coach Harbaugh before, and, you know, as he mentioned, like, the access here for coaches and scouts is incredible, but it's just a piece of the puzzle. But you do see players getting better. You do see a guy like Talon Green getting better and more comfortable. And look, if you run a good process by the time you get to April, you know, it should create some opportunities.
He also corrected himself because he said this is almost better than the Combine, and then, oh, it's just as good as Combine.
You know what he meant, though.
What's up?
There's Faison, the running back from South Carolina. Practice continues for the American. More team drills, more 2-minute, more red zone when we return. The American team now here at the Panini Senior Bowl getting set to run red zone. Both teams kind of running a similar script we saw from the National. They'll do red zone, they'll do 2-minute. And one of the things we talked about, Field, the importance of being in the red zone, how the field shrinks, and these players can really separate themselves as who wants to be schooled.
Yeah, think about some of the things the defense has going for it. You've got natural boundaries, right? There's only so far a route can be run down the field, and offensively, the field does shrink. It means you got to play with a lot of tempo and pace. You cannot take too much time or else you'll be sacked. Like, candidly, Caleb Banks probably just sacked Talon Green if that game is actually Florida versus Arkansas in an SEC matchup in the fall. Is Caleb Banks in the backfield every play right now, by the way? Oh, make that Tyreek Sapp on that play. Got to work on my eyes a little bit.
Which one of you? Was it you? Was it Lewis? I think it was you yesterday. The Walter Nolan comp.
Yes.
With Banks this time. Just when he's in, he's just dominating.
He is a player that has a little bit of the, he can be as good as he wants to be on a single snap basis. Nice read right there by Heineke.
I don't know about you guys. That looked like PI to me.
That was a nice read by Heineke.
Quint, tell his story. It's a great one.
Well, coming out of Oklahoma, he was one of the best high school lacrosse players in the state's history and went to Ohio State to play college lacrosse for a year, had second thoughts, went back to Oklahoma as a football player, walked on, and now here he is in the Senior Bowl. It's an unusual journey. Amazing. Smart player.
By the way, did you know that if we were doing this exact game for lacrosse, we'd be featuring Quentin Kasnick in the Open?
Greatest goalie in the history of the sport.
That's
you
right.
Will say no, but I will contend that until the day that I die.
We would be
No, it's 2 years in a row I get to talk lacrosse with Dante Trader was here last year. Maryland safety in the league, right? For the Dolphins?
Yes, sir.
You guys are all around athletes, you lacrosse guys.
Another nice play by Voisin from UAB.
USA. Right here, South
USA.
Alabama.
USA.
We had dinner with his head coach last night.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thrilled at you for screwing that up.
Oh, Mike T, that's some sort of fine right there, Mike T.
I'll give you your gloves back.
Here we go. Dolly. Right there. Here we go. Sell it. 180. What is it?
A bit of a throw in there from Talon Green.
And his quarterback coach, Marcus Tuiasosopo.
Former New York Jet.
By the way, Tui in college at Washington, so good.
Beast.
Just so good.
What is it?
Rasul Faison, 7th-year college player, finished up at South Carolina. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they had sort of a running back by committee approach late in the season. He was running hard and well early in the year, though.
And he's lightning if he gets into open space. A couple of military helicopters flying above us. You hear the noise.
For those that are hearing some ambient noise, that's Matt Berry's personnel helicopter that takes him back to TGL headquarters after the event is over.
It's just circling, ready to land in the band practice field.
What you are seeing in this period right now, the length and athleticism of the back 4 players, back 5 players, if you include the nickel, right now are winning the day. These guys are playing great coverage. Whether it's zone and then they match up man-to-man in scramble situations, they're locking that down. They're playing great press coverage. Quarterbacks have had no room with which to fit the ball in there comfortably, and that's why you see them holding the football.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Here we go. Set hot. Ready? What's up?
Big Mike Washington right there, a little pitch to the right. Arkansas has done a good job over the past couple of years, hit that transfer portal first and backs.
No. Hold on. Never mind. You got Daffy right close. Tiger, Wind, Scrap, Reed. This is the Reed.
Here we go. Hey, Daffy right close. Tiger, Wind, Scrap, Reed. On one. Ready?
Tell you one thing that stands out, guys, the depth of this defensive line. Rashad Benny, 26 from Michigan. We're just rolling through here, guys. Key Crawford from Auburn. The depth on both of these defensive lines really impressive.
Read option there. Jaden Knott, I don't know what to make of this prospect. Jaden Knott coming out of Cal 2 years ago, you would have thought this guy could be one of the better running backs in college football.
3rd and 5. Dolphin right, bump paint left, Z socks mid. Dolphin right, bump paint left, Z socks mid.
Here we go. Hey, we're going. Dolphin right, bump paint left, Z socks mid. On one. Ready?
To finish that, Jaden Knott thought he ended up at Oklahoma this past year, barely played.
Here we go.
Under 100 rushing yards.
Set up. Ready? What's up?
A little tug there.
Yeah, they called
Malachi
it.
Fields was creating a little separation.
And Field, to add on to the Ott story, he's one of those players and a casualty of the transfer portal where you get someone from a smaller school that gets enamored by going somewhere big, doesn't pan out, and you think if he stays there with JKS at Cal, stays there with Cal at a pretty good season, a new head coach, but you wonder what could have been for that prospect that now you have to search to find answers.
It's an important week for a guy like that for those reasons, Matt, to kind of reestablish some level of value.
All right, so it's going to be Luke Altmaier's turn. By the way, they've been flashing some of the stats for the players throughout the week. We were told that the longest throw belongs to a quarterback on this team, Taylon Green, 61.6 yards. Air yards, that is, too. That's not yak. That's
I think
air
that was the
yardage.
throw to Malachi Fields
I would agree.
yesterday.
Yeah, I would think so.
I asked Malachi before practice today, I said, do you have another one of those over-the-shoulder catches in you? He said, we'll find out.
Hey, F1. Here we go. Set. Ready? What's that?
You know, guys, we talk about Garrett Nussmeier's processing ability. I think Luke Altmaier's been on it this afternoon.
Yep.
Very quietly for the past 2 days. Nice, steady improvement.
Here we go.
The thing that you did like about Garrett, though, when you listen to him make the calls in the huddle, no stuttering, no questioning what was called. He could spit it right back out. I mean, you can tell he's a coach's son. Probably very familiar with the verbiage in this offense overall anyway, given that it's a New Orleans Saints staff.
Here's the look from behind Altmaier, the pitch out to Kalen Black.
Future Charger.
Yeah, and a touchdown there for the Chargers.
Now, the question is,
Kalen Black, runs hard and runs low. He is hard to tackle.
And he split carries with, so he's.
Do you think Story would have made that tackle? Do you think he would have got his head across Black's midsection and kept him out of there? That's one of the things that you have to wait until the game to find out.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it might have been a tackle.
But there's an attractiveness to a guy. I bring up the two running backs from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love.
Jadarian Price, yeah.
Jadarian Price, they split carries. Katron Allen, Nicholas Singleton, they split carries. They don't come with as much yardage and mileage on them to start their NFL career.
Think about how that worked out last year for Ohio State. Right?
There's Altmaier
a great throw.
There it is.
That's a great throw. That's a great throw. A layered throw. You have DBs and linebackers back here looking at each other like, how do you get that over?
All right, so there's more team drills coming. There's more red zone coming. The American team practice. We have a lot to talk about with this group when we return. Hank,
That's great.
Mobile, and the American team practice. 2-minute drill from the red zone to begin. Garrett Nussmeier at quarterback.
Some sort of miscommunication there.
That's happened with him twice now today.
Ted Hurst cut his route off at the goal line. That ball sailed to the back pylon.
Second best thing that could happen in pass play, incomplete pass.
True. Especially in the red zone, right?
Hey, we're good. Here we go. Hey, we're going U, Dolphin right. Tiger counter check. On one. Ready? Here we go. Hey, we're good. We're good. Here we go. No, check it. All right, hey. Leave it, yes, leave it. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Sit down. Ready? Why is that? Here we go. Here we're going. Dolly left, paint right, Z-Jazz, X-curl swing. On one, ready?
Sweet.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Why is that?
That's a heck of a catch.
Great catch right there, right in front of me. He was showing off. Little LSU Alabama connection there. Cuevas.
Josh Cuevas.
I'll tell you what, he survives the ground. That is a definition of a catch, college or pro. Great job to survive the ground.
Cuevas didn't get a lot of production down there at Alabama. A lot of mouths to feed, led by Jeremy Bernard.
One more time.
Ryan Williams. Jim Miller, the running back.
Hey, U, Dolphin left, quick paint right, Z-stick spacing swing. On one, ready? I'm under, Jake.
Ty Simpson, he's one of the high-ranked quarterbacks coming up in this draft.
Ready? Why is that?
Back-to-back plays here to me.
Who's next in the rack here? Luke, you got it? All right. Sell the fake here. U, Dolphin right, boot right, F slide. It's got a good action here. They're going to take the cheese. U, Dolphin right, boot right, F slide.
Seattle, and I saw man, and I automatically thought they're automatically. I fucked it up. Yeah, U, Dolphin right.
Gonna try and hit the fullback or H-back out here in the flat on the slide.
You heard Coach Tolzien say they are going to take the cheese. Let's get a good fake.
Here, going to try and get this through.
Hot.
Trying to get this ball to Kevin Coleman, I believe. Yep.
How about good credit to defense there? They didn't take the cheese.
Sure didn't.
Yeah, they set the edge there.
Look, this is a very skilled, very instinctive defensive group. I think both of the defenses for both of these teams we've seen, there's some really good players. Smart players, not just athletic players. Smart, football smart players.
Line rub on one, ready? Here we go.
The high risers on the outside.
There you go. Ready? What's that?
good tough run.
Listen, I know parts of the Northeast, most of the country is blanketed with snow and ice, but
thanks for the reminder, Matt.
There's a little bit of cold here in Mobile. The fans are starting to bundle up a little bit. Cold is cold wherever you are. It's all relative, dude.
Sorry, my jaw was frozen there for a second, but I was going to react and say, yeah, you're correct on that part.
We might only get like, you got naked left here. Flank, out of flank. Here we go. You flank left, naked left. You flank left, naked left. On, ready?
I'm going to have to suffer in the high 30s, low 40s in Florida this weekend.
Keep feeling my thoughts when it's -2 in Connecticut.
Ready? What's up?
I probably could have made a play on that ball, guys, if I showed some effort.
Here. 3rd and 6 from the 6. Dolly right, paint left, Starbucks mid. Dolly right, paint left, Starbucks mid.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Let's go, fellas. Make room for. Here we go, here we go. Make room right here. Dolly right, here we go. Dolly right, paint left, Starbucks mid. Dolly right, paint left, Starbucks mid on one. Ready? Say la vie.
But yet,
I just catch a Starbucks in there?
We got a screen or draw.
Starbucks here. Starbucks.
It's what, screen or draw?
Yeah. He's going to throw the fade here. He's going to throw the fade. Oh! Good location.
That was a good throw.
Ball placement right there from Luke
ball was
Altmaier. Barry and Brown couldn't quite come down with it.
Good ball, Luke, good ball.
These DBs continue to make plays on the football, contest just about every catch.
And my guess, too, that's Malachi Fields, one of the taller receivers. Barry, and not as tall as some of the guys out here.
Well, that's what we expected here early on in the practice, right? We thought maybe guys like Jacoby Lane, Malachi Fields, they would actually really excel in this part of the field. They haven't really been targeted, though.
So, you good?
They're both in now.
3 technique would be just your outside shape of the guard. So like, so like here, 3 technique is right, right? That would be a 5 technique because he's outside the tackle.
Jake means
Reload, reload. Dolphin left, field taxi check.
Hey, you Dolphin left, field taxi check. On one, ready?
Field taxi check.
Check. 180. What is that?
Taxi check.
Oh, face mask.
Flag.
For a second, that was moving so slow. It almost like they were going to throw a halfback screen, which would be quite an ambitious play call here in team drills.
Flank right,
yeah,
open
it looked
stack,
like he was going to throw it.
Right,
didn't it?
H-Oki, Z twist. Flank right, open stack. Java right, H-Oki, Z twist. Flank right, open stack. Java right, H-Oki, Z twist.
Open stack, Java right, H-Oki, Z twist. On one, ready?
There you go. Okay, this is one of our longer play calls, right? Flank right, open stack. It's a long formation. Open, 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 Will, open!
180. What is that?
Let that go too late.
That one
Come down with the catch
was
or no?
picked off.
Oh, incomplete. Little ball disruption there.
It was open
Taylor
sooner.
Green was
You just
got
wonder, you'd have to go back and look at the tape there. Why didn't Taylor let that go earlier? They had the right play call on. That tight end was open in the back of the end zone. Just let it go too late.
Hey, Dolphin right, bump paint left, Mariner mid. On one, ready? Bump paint left. You're good. Here we go.
Here's that good view from the quarterback's perspective.
180. What is that?
I tell you, he's a tough guy. He gets a step on you. He's a tough guy to bring down.
Defense, though, continuously done a good job.
No question. No question. Great communication back there in the back end. And their zone passing routes off, passing off crossers, matching the routes quickly. Good individual technique and man-to-man.
180. What is it?
Oh, nice play by Rashad Benny there.
Benny, big fell in the middle.
Wow, really good play.
How about the defensive lineman Michigan's turned out over the last 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, got 2 more here with him and Derek Moore.
All right, so now we believe they're getting into the 2-minute portion. This is where you really start learning about your quarterback. What do you want to see out of your quarterback here, Lewis? 2-minute drill.
Nice clean operation, command of the huddle, making sure that he's managing the situations, carrying out the directions of the offensive coordinator, being mindful of the clock, and just getting completions, getting first downs, moving the ball down the field.
We need to be in a legal formation. The best thing we can do here is communicate and chip away. Okay, X's and Z's stay to a side, right? Y, you should always be to the boundary. F, you're in our slot, you're in our adjuster, so you'll always be to the field. Okay. All right, you guys good on that? We've got to chip away on this thing. You guys, they know we're passing, right? So expect games. Pass them off, quarterbacks. Use your checkdowns, backs. Let's get out here. Right? One play at a time here.
Not doing anything silly, not want to miss a tackle to keep them in bounds, but we want to keep them in bounds. Okay, on all these, okay, we're in turbo. Okay, D-line, you are going to call your games. Okay, now the only thing, linebackers, if I give you a drop, Tammy, I want you to give a drop, and then I want you to say,
Minus 28. Let's go ahead and go left hash. Hey, if you're not in, off the sideline. Minus 28, left hash. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Hey, receivers. Remember, catch, take the ball to the official, okay? I don't need the finish downfield. I'll have a quick whistle. They're down corners right now, so I got to protect them as well. All right, let's do a good job out there. Okay. We got let me see here. One timeout. What's that?
All right, so the clock is set. Here comes the 2-minute drill.
Yeah, and part of the evaluation here is just good decision making. We saw this morning with the national quarterbacks a couple times they threw a completed pass within the numbers with no timeouts. So again, we don't expect them to be perfect, but each day we wanted to see better decisions. And up first here is going to be Taylon Green, and be interesting to see how he does in this situation.
And Mike T, those coaches were talking to each side of the ball there. Like, situational excellence is so important here. Every second counts. Knowing where you're supposed to be, knowing what you're supposed to do is the difference between winning and losing. It's a good start right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, check one. Quick read, get out of bounds, clock stops.
Hold on. Come on.
Like that urgency from Taylon Green in the huddle.
Hey, dolly left close, paint left, X dagger, Z shallow swing. All one ready? Here we go. Come on. 180. What is it?
Familiar face bearing down. Grayson Halton's been excellent this week out of Oklahoma.
Just ask him.
He was fired up about that one.
Daffy left, paint right quack.
Quiet. Sorry. 180. What is it?
Well, Derek Moore won that play. That would have been a sack. Boy, that was really good edge pressure by him.
I was going to say, first play, man, we like that first one right out of the gates. 7-yard pickup. Not so good these last two.
Both the ends won on that right.
Yeah, Phil, to your point, a little bit of a stall.
180. What is it?
Zion Young.
Yo. Arm punt right there. Can't have that on a 2-minute situation.
Yeah, unless
Even
that's
on
fourth down, that's not a good decision.
Well, it is fourth down there, but still. You got to find a way to get a first down, right?
That was all D-line, right? All D-line.
Yeah, that ball was never going to get off anyway. That was going to be a
D-line dominated right there.
We'll get it on Saturday. We're going to go score on Saturday, all right?
Zion Young had the patented Aaron Donald cross chop and just went right around the edge. Clean as a whistle.
Hey, Garrett, you good with Florida here?
All right, so they're going to be coming this way. Here's where you'll learn, guys. We talk about the magic word process with the quarterbacks. Now you're seeing a guy like Nussmeier. What's his strength? Process. Played a lot of football. Luke Altmaier. Process. This will be fun to watch them here.
And you just mentioned SEC, Big Ten, LSU, Illinois. That matters. You know, their experience should show up in this situation.
Here's the deal, guys. Just great communication and then have a little urgency. Yeah, doesn't need to be a sprint. Yeah. Urgency here. Hey. About poison and
hey, controlled aggression. You feel me? Controlled aggression. Move with
all right, so Garrett, at the end of the day, we just want to chip away here, find a completion to start here, and then go play some ball. You're going to get one with your legs, you're going to get one with your back.
Hey, let's go.
You're going to go Daffy left, bluff paint right,
Daffy
F
left,
Florida
bluff,
trickle.
Paint,
Daffy
bluff,
left,
paint right,
bluff paint
F Florida
right,
trickle.
F
On one, ready?
Did you hear him say poison the noise? Told Garrett he's going to get one with his legs. He's going to get one with his arm.
Here we go. Here we go. Sit on. Ready? Why is that?
Who had the look right there, too. Just got to put that one.
It almost looked like Voisin kind of gave up on the throw.
I was going to say a little miscommunication because he's throwing that across the middle. He's got to throw that with some anticipation.
Let's give a little shine to Dalen Everett, right corner from Georgia. Offside zone help. Break on the football, just
Dolly
inches
left,
away from getting an interception.
Dagger, Z shallow swing. Hold on, ready?
Speaking of Dalen Everett, I believe Curry Smart's been at this practice this afternoon.
Here we go.
Sitting over here to our left.
Sit on. Ready? Why is that?
Malachi Fields over the middle, pick up a first down.
In the live game, Garrett Nussmeier sacked by Kieran Crawford, and we're looking at maybe a sack fumble.
Hold on. 2 by 2.
This defensive line, I'll tell you what, the depth is really impressive, and the size that they have, these guys will all be playing on Sunday in the fall.
Ironically, because we started the show with you guys bragging about all the offensive linemen.
Hey, look, it's ebbing and flowing in this game. It's going back and forth.
It is.
Both of this is a quality football team here.
Yeah.
Very businesslike, a lot of chippiness, especially when you're talking about the offense and defensive lines. Length on the corners in the secondary.
Hey, Dolly left, paint right, Z line, branch mid. On one, ready?
Quarterbacks have made some really nice throws.
And just by looking at the roster of this team, a lot of the guys up front are the SEC guys on the defensive line.
Ready? Why is that?
Pick up the first down right there. Nice work. Reliable hands, Malachi Fields.
You see how good
Garrett moved the ball back on the penalty?
Under a minute now, under a minute.
They're not. Ready? Why is that?
Another miscommunication, you know.
That's his second with Jacoby Lane. He had that down on one-on-ones. They weren't on the same page.
Well, it looked like that was man-to-man. Jacoby Lane should still be running.
Dolly right, paint left, Z jazz, X curl swing.
Dolly right, paint left, Z jazz, X curl swing. Here we go.
Oh, he's going left. It's so quick. Here we go. Dolly left, paint right, Z jazz, X curl swing.
Hey, we're going Dolly left,
right,
paint right, Z jazz, X curl swing. On one, ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Sit down. Ready? Why set?
The timing's off in this passing game. It's just off. It's off. The wide receiver, quarterback, just not on the same page. In this particular case with Nussmeier, it's happened a couple different times. This is not the kind of thing you want to see at this point in the week. You want to see it kind of like starting to kind of hit a little bit. Although, again, this is a newly formed team that's been practicing for, 3 days?
But this offense needs
if you were looking at this from a real-world perspective, you would expect this kind of thing, but
I feel like the crowd just came to his feet when Garrett Nussmeier came on the field here. Must have a lot of local fans.
Ready? Why is that?
You know, Lou, to your point, I wonder if part of it too is like because of the weather and some of these late dropouts that we're seeing less continuity as we're later in the week because this roster had to be churned just due to the logistics.
But here. I mean, with this wide receiver group, they've all been here. You just don't like seeing some of the. It'd be interesting to sit in the meeting room right now to figure out some of these miscommunications between wide receiver, quarterback, who exactly they fall on. But just spinning it forward, a guy's name who we haven't called not once since we've been here in the past 2 days, Michael Taft, the safety from Texas.
Yeah.
Been very steady. He's just kind of like manning things here in the back end for the secondary, making calls, directing traffic, calling out split adjustments, maybe possible route combinations.
Here we go.
It's kind of how he did it at Texas.
He was in position to make a big hit on the play previous just now.
Clean win right there for Zion Young.
Good throw.
There we go.
Good throw, good catch.
Garrett Nussmeier.
And I don't even think Lewis can get in there and say he would have been sacked in a real game. I think he got out of there clean. I think it was a real play.
That's what we want to see. A little Nussmeier to Lane for an American first down.
Channel a little coach speak. I got to go back and look at the tape on that one.
But yeah, I mean, you look at Zion Young, Keith Crawford. I mean, there's a lot of teams that would like to have the depth of these edge rushers.
Here we go. Sit on. What did he? What's that?
Hard idea there, though. Gave your big physical receiver a chance down the field.
All right, you're good. Okay. All right, let's hey, don't forget about your back here. I'm just going to go, let's go dolly right, paint left, Seahawk. Dolly left, dolly right, paint left, Seahawk. There you go.
Here we go. Here we go. Sit down. What did he? What's that?
There we go.
There we go. Yep.
Now
Nice
we're
right
on
there.
the same page.
Might have been some holding on that play,
Yeah,
but still.
right tackle.
Holding, okay. Back it up. We're fine. Back it up.
Not the cleanest operation for the offense right now.
You can play the high-low game with the boundary.
It's very inconsistent, very choppy execution.
Okay, you want that? Okay, we'll go dolly
The
right,
quarterback
close.
wide receiver timing just requires so many reps that in this short period of time it's almost impossible.
Dagger, Z shallow
Yeah,
swing.
exactly.
Without
Dolly right, close. Paint right,
Out.
X dagger.
You'd have to
Z
spend
shallow swing.
every hour of every day this week.
Dolly right, close.
Where's the ball at? Huddle.
Two of Lewis's favorite offensive linemen are in the top 5 in terms of speed. They're flashing it on the board here in the stadium right now.
Where did he go, Skull?
Deanna Chor, we got Arizona State, Rutledge from Georgia Tech.
Paint left, X dagger. Z shallow fine. Hey, burst. Swing. Here we go. Sit down. Ready? What's that?
That was stuff right there from Nussmeier. That's good pocket
That was a good
navigation.
throw.
Throw down the field and get up on the ball. Kill that clock. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Got it all. He's did.
Good job.
Nuss is fired up. You love that.
I would love to see. Was that a clean quarterback play?
I don't know. Derek Moore was there, man. He was coming now. He was coming.
Good way to end it for Garrett Nussmeier. 2 seconds on the clock. That's what you want to do. Walk-off field goal.
Why don't we ever kick the field goal?
Wondering the same thing. Have we seen any field goal action so far this week?
No, we haven't.
Okay, we got to
Here
start
comes
this
compete.
competition period right now. Okay?
Uh-oh, got
So
special
I've got the jugs down there, 50-yard line. We're going to shoot punts. Okay? But I want to make sure I have through-handed punt returners back there, okay? So back here on the 10-yard line, all right, I need R.J. Blanton, Coach Blanton, 10-yard line. 10-yard line, all right? Junior Taylor, 10-yard line. Let's go. Spread it out.
Got the coaches involved in some way.
I believe the coaches are going to be catching punts.
Ooh, stakes are high.
for the end of practice competition period.
No, it's you two.
Former Minnesota Viking and Golden Domer, a coach, is going to be catching punts.
Go, RJ. We believe in you, baby. We believe in you, RJ.
Coaching DBs for the Americans.
Is this to avoid sprints or something right now?
Shot. Can we get one test shot from my man? Can we get one test shot from my man?
Hey.
So this is another way to do the defense versus the offense.
Going college balls back there.
Weak. What are they doing with the jugs?
The jugs have lost some steam from the weather, huh?
I think the jugs operator is going to be the one running laps here.
Let's go. We're good. Let's go.
There we go.
A little too easy.
Junior, get out there. Junior. Where's Junior? Here we go. Hey, we're going to get it going.
Oh, with one hand. With one hand. Little Vince Carter homage right there.
We got to get that jugs machine a little higher. There we go.
Not like that.
Two hands, too easy.
You're next. Junior, let's go. Junior, let's go. One more. Yeah, one more. Watch out, watch out.
That's the one.
Oh. These players screen the head.
Everybody else, back off. Back off.
Oh, we got the big fella now, Banks.
Yep. This guy is an easy moving athlete. He's got this. Gotta get up.
All right, so now for the win.
Is this Fernando Carmona coming up?
Yeah. Absolutely erupt if he catches
Call for
this.
the first catch. Fair catch.
Banks caught it. Banks ended up catching that.
Banks from the stands. We got some Jeffrey Mayer level of fan interference right there.
That was incredible. Have a look at this replay. So this was supposed to be going to the offensive lineman, and Banks was just right there to catch it.
Fellas, listen up, please.
Let's listen up.
I appreciate the heck out of you guys. You guys have been phenomenal this entire week. All right? We're building our team, and we're ready to rock and roll here on Saturday at 1:30. You guys believe that? Yes, all right? You guys believe that? Yes, all right, here we go. ATD! There we go. Nice job.
Amazing how that finished. Banks dropped it earlier and somehow got the last one when it wasn't his turn. Fun practice. We're going to wrap it up with our American stars. Each guy has one. All of that and more as we wrap up our coverage here in Mobile.
Thursday practice for the American team has come to a conclusion with a little fun there at the end, and well, it seems like a lot of smiles. Luke Altmaier joins us, Illinois quarterback, who had a really good day today. New terminology, new coaching staff, new receivers. There's a lot of new stuff. How have you managed?
Yeah, what an opportunity, first of all, to be able to compete with all the best players in the country. What an opportunity to learn and get my first NFL experience, and that's real. And so I've embraced it. You know, I've competed really hard in every aspect of all the days in the practice, on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, preparing on my own. So it's been a great first NFL experience, and I've really taken it in well just from my preparation where I was at Illinois.
When you want to play to your strengths, what do you lean on?
Yeah, I'm athletic. I can, create. I'm mobile, but I'm also super efficient. I can play on time. I know how to win. I can move the ball well, and I'm competitive. And so, I've shown that, the last 3 years at Illinois, winning football games, playing efficiently, but also being super athletic and, being hard to defend.
I've been impressed with your command. How do you describe your command of the huddle and command of the terminology?
Yeah, just confidence and conviction. I know what I'm doing out there. That comes through preparation, training, and so I trust all of that. I trust, the people around me that they prepared the right way, and so I have nothing to be afraid of. And so I compete really hard, I prepare the right way, and I do the right things, and I have no reason to have hesitation.
Great job today, Luke, and good luck on Saturday.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Luke, Quint, great stuff. Thank you. Good place to start with you guys. Luke Altmaier in his afternoon.
He made some of the great throws of this week. I mean, he had a throw in the red zone in one of the periods here today that you just saw him layer the football over the second and third level defenders, and you're sitting there going, that's what you're looking for. I believe this wasn't the pass here. It may be coming up here. That's the pass to Villari from Syracuse.
There it is.
Yep.
But there's another one.
Yep.
By the way,
that's the throw. That's as good as it gets.
Good self-scouting right there.
Yeah,
and,
Coach Harbaugh recruited Villari as who was a high school quarterback,
Yeah.
so we were getting some intimate knowledge of him down there. One thing, you mentioned this on the field, Matt, Big Ten, going to get to SEC in a second. It looked like he had the requisite experience to play at the next level.
It's about what these quarterbacks do in crunch time, guys. Lewis has been talking about it all week, Field, that when these quarterbacks are making $50 million, it's because of what they deal in the wash, right?
Yeah,
but within that, it's the ability to lead your team down the field for a victory in the 2-minute. And we thought Luke Altmaier did great at that today.
Yeah, rock solid there. We were talking about situational excellence is required during those 2-minute drills. It's easy for us, especially when we're watching on TV. We got this big wide shot, have all the variables laid out for us, time, down and distance, timeouts remaining for quarterbacks to just processing at rapid speed. Not a bad way to finish off the practice. It kind of felt like we had a mid-practice lull. That 2-minute drill kind of got the energy back going for the offense.
All right, let's get to each of your players of the practice. We've done this each day. Lewis, I'll start with you. Who were you most impressed with this afternoon?
The defensive ends have been impressive for the past 2 days. Contavious Hutchins from Boston College really flashed in the one-on-one drills. He has got third down closing ability with his length, his get-off, his flexibility. You see it there. I mean, you just see how quick he can get off the football and win with his hands. All the defensive linemen looked like that today. Zion Young looked like that today. A really good day for that front. Not surprisingly.
Taylon Green, quarterback, Arkansas. You guys may have heard me mention that once or twice this week. But he kept getting better. And look, when he's 6'6", and the ball comes off his hands so easy, guys, it's effortless for him. And look, it wasn't perfect. We talked about this great defensive line multiple times. But, I started thinking about guys like Joe Milton. Take him in the middle of the rounds, redshirt him for a year or two. You really may have something special here. Lou mentioned earlier, in terms of risk reward, where you take a guy like this after the third round, there's no downside to it, and there could be compelling upside, guys.
He's a player and a quarterback that's going to benefit greatly from NFL preseason games.
Sure.
Because if you're a backup, you're not getting that rep during practice. He's going to be fun to watch in the NFL preseason.
Hopefully those exist in a few years from now as
Yeah.
we see the NFL and the evolving landscape of the number of games. Give me Caleb Banks, though, Florida defensive tackle, who wouldn't be surprised at all if he hears his name called in the first round of the upcoming NFL draft. He was dominant in a lot of different ways. Terrific in some of the pass rushing one-on-one. Keep in mind he's 6'6", 330 pounds. He's got 35-inch arms. Limited to just 3 games this season. Between the quickness and the power he shows, plus the attitude. Him and Jeremiah Wright, you saw him jawing right there. And then watch this at the very end. Steals away. It was a simulated punt right there. Some big man athleticism shown by Caleb Banks. He was pumped to get that one after a near catch on the prior rep.
Of course, all of these practice, it's not just a practice week. The game culminates on Saturday, NFL Network, 2 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to seeing how these practices come together with the actual game on Saturday. Also, just a big couple of weeks in football. You've got the Senior Bowl here as the road to this starts. You've got the Combine after that in February. You've got the draft coming up on April 23rd. But we've got 1 minute left. Quickly to you, biggest thing you learned the 2 days we were here?
Well, the defense definitely had the better week, I would say, out of these, but actually probably in both sides. I would say that this bodes well as we look ahead to the draft because some of the top pass rushers in this draft are not here today. It speaks to the depth that we're going to have. So it's not just guys like Arvell Reese and Reuben Bain Jr. and also David Bailey, who will go very, very high in the draft that offers some big-time rookie value. You're going to see a lot of rushers hear their name called on rounds 2 and 3, days 2 and 3 that will have some value in the NFL as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you think about Bain and Messidor not being here. If you need a pass rusher, you may get a good one in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Yeah, look, there's good football players here. I think of all the players that helped himself the most, it's Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis is going to rock it up. I don't know if he's going to rock it up draft boards, but he did exactly what he has done throughout his career at Pitt, and that just bodes well for him.
All right, guys, the draft starts here in Mobile. It all leads up to April 23rd in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Lewis, Mike T, Field, Matt, best of Wired.
You guys belong here. You're going to go rock this thing today, okay? All right? Lock into the details. Be ready to rock and roll, all right? And as soon as that horn blows, boys, it is time to eat. Why does your face look like you're hurting when you're stretching like that? You get like your face hurts because you're stretching. I'm going to say, you ain't that stiff.
Listen, I'm mic'd up. I'm mic'd up. What's up, big dog? Man. Congrats, chilling, man. Appreciate you.
It's great to see you out here.
Yeah. Listen, when you're in that breezeway, I feel like I'm in damn Green Bay. That's a lie. High school, I was balling. I'm old now.
Go get paid. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go, boy. You get paid. Come on. Like the ceiling can hold us. Malibu, Malibu. Ice. Lemonade, my neck was dripping. I want you to make me feel like I need. You ready? Ball, baby! Is that a good ball or no? What if it was a bad ball? Would you have told me? All right. I like that. Honesty. You got a girlfriend? I do. You honest with her? That's usually not the best. Are you still mic'd up? Is all this going in? Yeah, I'm mic'd up, so you guys watch out.
Hey, it's third down, money down. Don't turn down now. Come on, Max. Yeah, Max. Yeah, Max. I see you. I see you. That's what we do. We set edges.
Ah! Let's work.
Hey, boy, I want you to go in there, and then you can punch the ball, too. Keep your head up. Show up. Show up. Ball. 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 Ah! Ah! Let's go. Yeah. Let's go, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Boom.
Oh. Nice.
That looks like Matt and Mike this morning fighting over the last omelet.
Oh, we're getting physical already. Okay, okay. Yes, sir. Good catch. Good catch, boy. Hey, good catch, boy. Good catch, boy. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Hey, way to find your outlet on that lion.
I lost vision of it.
Yes.
He buzzed.
So what happened to What happened to your right-hand side?
The flat player
he
got
buzzed through it, exactly, right?
Went to the branch.
So now you went to the branch. They gloved that. That was excellent. Yeah. Good tempo there. Nice job.
Come on, Jake. Ball. Oh, good catch. That's a great. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. I can't hate on you.
Can't eat it.
I'm hot today on the mic.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're coachable. Hey, did you see what just happened, Sawyer? Yeah, but he told us he was mic'd up. It's, just common courtesy.
I thought they were trying to get my speed.
I know he was in Waco, and there's not a whole lot going on in Waco, but I figured you'd at least know about mic'd up.
I thought they were trying to get my speed.
And it doesn't have to be crazy. It could be just like, whoop, whoop, 5-0, 5-0. Just a little something. Little tricks of the trade.
Go get it! Ah! Hey! 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 Hey, boy! Hey! Put it in the range! Hey! Yeah! Come on, man, get the book in the game! Ball there! Ball there! Hey! 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 Stop playing! Stop playing with us! Stop playing with us! Stop playing with us! Hey, what did I say? Let's go! What did I say? Let's go!